How's it, guys? This is Dayvy FPL and welcome back to the Fantasy Premier League video here on my channel. Now in this video we're talking about my Gameweek 27 team selection, as well as taking a look at how the squad got on in Gameweek 26. We'll be talking about some transfer options as well as some players to maybe highlight for your FPL transfers, but otherwise let's get into the video. Thank you to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. Link down below if you do want to use my download link to download this wonderful app. Thanks again for sponsoring the video. If you don't know, OneFootball is the everything football related app. It's free to download on iOS or Android, and you can see there on the table. I'm following the Premier League right now. Gives me all the goals, assists, and whatever I need to know, as well as following my favorite team if I do want to follow a team, which is for me Liverpool, but for you it could be anyone else. Also, if you want to track more leagues than just the Premier League, go and check out this app. As I said, link down below. So as you can see on screen here, we have the dream team of Gameweek 26. Just a disclaimer, this has been recorded before the Man City fixture, so obviously if a player does quite well in that, they'll be seeing their way into the team of the week. And also keep that in mind when we'll talk about overall rank, but we'll get onto that a little bit later on. So on screen here, Patricio with 10 points alongside Evans, and then we have that Liverpool double up Robertson and Gomez. Kind of the cheaper option to go for Gomez, but it's been performing really well. Liverpool almost guaranteeing clean sheets at the moment, so there's definitely value in that double or even triple defense for the Reds. But with Evans, 9 points there, a little bit disappointing for those of us who had Soyuncu and benched him. To be honest, I was expecting that Wolves-Leicester game to be quite close, but I was expecting them both to score. So if you did have Patricio or Evans or any of the Wolves or Leicester defense, well done to you. Then we have Richarlison, 13 points. Obviously, with Calvert-Lewin, we didn't really focus on them this game week because they started off the game week last weekend. And I think in everyone's mind, they only focus on the games happening on the current weekend. So Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin, a little bit of a reminder there of what they did with 13 points and 11 points respectively. Heung-min Son, that 10 points will be taken up to 13. The bonus points have just not been confirmed. So I'm pretty sure owners will be really happy, especially because of that last goal that he scored off that defensive mistake. We have Westwood and Vidra from Burnley also performing quite well. Kind of a little bit of a shock victory there against Southampton away. And then Decore and Sharp. And not a lot of people probably own those players, but they also finished with 9 points. So we had some nice differentials in the team of the week this week. I'm pretty sure there will be some Man City players though come that Gameweek 27 deadline. So just keep your eyes on that game. So going on to how my squad got on in Gameweek 26, currently 39 points. That's without the Jack Grealish bonus point, but that's kind of the score we're going to be looking at. Don't have many Man City players, so if the popular Man City players do get quite a lot of points, you probably will be seeing a bigger red arrow. Currently, we sit around that 85k mark. It's probably going to go up a little bit after tonight's game against Arsenal, as I did have Jack Grealish, who performed quite well. But the overall points there, 1,493. We've been kind of stagnant these last couple of game weeks, which has been quite annoying, and I'm kind of just hoping for that differential that kicks in and that will look to boost us up those ranks. So currently I will be updating the rank in the comments down below, so just stay tuned for that, as I will be uploading this video after that Man City game. So 39 points currently above the average. The average will rise, just a reminder, probably be around that 30 mark. 38 currently, should be a little bit above it. But Guaita in goal with 2 points. I'm massively disappointed with him yet again. Ever since I bought him in, he's done nothing but get 2, 0 and 1 point appearances. So I've kind of broke him, so apologies for that. Just hoping with that blank game week that he does do quite well in Game Week 28 when the likes of maybe Henderson is out, not having a fixture. Alexander-Arnold, the yet again hero of our defense with 7 points. Just the clean sheet and bonus point this time. No assists, but he did come mighty close when Firmino just shot his crossover. Rico with 1 point, as well as O'Connell with 2. So O'Connell probably the fail of this game week. I transferred out Lundstrom for O'Connell because I did think that Lundstrom will be rotated. Unfortunately, he was rotated, but he came off the bench and scored in typical FPL fashion. I kind of had the bad luck with my transfers this game week, so apologies if you also transferred out Lundstrom. But O'Connell does look like he will be a set starter for the upcoming game weeks, and hopefully does return us with some clean sheets and maybe even the odd attacking return. Now Rico, the reason I played Rico over Soyuncu is that I thought that Wolves would score. Wolves have scored in every single home fixture but the game against Leicester that happened a couple of days ago. So how is that for turning the tides? The game week that we benched Soyuncu gets a clean sheet against a side that scored every single home fixture. So that just proves again how FPL kind of can show its luck to you. But with Rico, just the 1-point appearance. Wasn't expecting much from him, but I did think that he would concede, as well as Soyuncu. Just thought that Rico had the more attacking threat. Going on to the midfield, we have De Bruyne, who has not played yet. I think if you were a De Bruyne or Aguero captain, you're probably licking your lips currently, as Mo Salah did blank. Mo Salah only the 3 points, double to 6 there. Just that extra clean sheet point. Jack Grealish with 5 points. He'll be getting 1 bonus point, which will take him to 6. He played really well against Spurs. It's a little bit of a tough situation to be in. He does have that upcoming blank fixture, so definitely on the transfer out radar, because Aston Villa also have some tough fixtures. But he's just such a good player that I almost think I just want to have him in. It almost reminds me of Sigurdsson from when he played for Swansea. Just kind of a player you have in, as if Aston Villa score, he probably will be on the receiving end of an assist or a goal. Traore was mightily disappointed with him. Thought that he would have recovered from that shoulder injury, but unfortunately not. Came off the bench. Wolves just needed that extra attacking threat. Unfortunately, he didn't provide it when he came off the bench. Only the 1-point appearance, and then Sadio Mane with 5 points. Sadio Mane was benched, it was quite disappointing, but luckily he did come off the bench and score the only goal in that game. Unfortunately, he did get a yellow card as well, so I think that took his bonus points down quite a bit. But I'm really happy with that 5 points. Not as happy as I would have been if he did kind of get a little bit more returns. It does look like that double defense was the way to go if you were tripling up. I'm just hoping that Mane kind of performs in the upcoming game weeks. He is quite a nice differential currently. 20% ownership, not owned in many live teams, so I'm hoping that he can do the goods. Then Danny Ings with 7 points, kind of getting back on his form here with the 1 goal every single game week. Unfortunately, wasn't 3 bonus points, but we'll take what we can get, especially as it was quite a low scoring event. And then Jamie Vardy with 2 points. Probably the transfer option that I'm currently considering, as he's not performing well, has kind of blanked in the last 7 game weeks if I can recall, so not doing quite well. And I think his shots, he's not even getting that many shots every game, which is mightily disappointing. I know that Jamie Vardy only needs 1 shot to score, kind of famous for not having good stats, but still getting good performances in. But I think this might be one of those times where his stats are kind of telling the truth. Then on the bench, Soyuncu. Probably one of my biggest regrets is not playing him. But as I said, I think I did have some stats to back it up with Wolves kind of scoring in every home fixture. Lascelles has not played yet. He'll be playing Arsenal tonight. I'm recording this on Sunday afternoon. And then Connolly with 0 points. He did not play at all. But let's get on and see how the squad's setting up for Game Week 27. So unfortunately, I will be having Guaita in goal again. I'm not going to be playing Martin, even if he was playing against Liverpool. But Newcastle at home, and Newcastle not really the most attacking side in the Premier League at the moment. So I do think that we could be seeing some returns from Guaita finally. I don't want to jinx it too much, but I am expecting a clean sheet from Guaita this game week. Then we have Alexander-Arnold against West Ham. Should be a nice game week for Liverpool. They always do quite well against West Ham. I think it's because West Ham sometimes stretch themselves going forward, and then Liverpool always kind of get that counter-attack goal. I always kind of remember a corner counter-attack from Liverpool every time we've played them. So I do think that Trent Alexander-Arnold can get a clean sheet and do quite well in this one. Rico against Burnley. Currently have him on my starting 11 because Soyuncu has Man City. Now if Wolves can't score against Leicester, I do think that Man City can. I think that that's kind of a no-brainer here to bench Soyuncu, but I'm still holding on to him for those nice upcoming Leicester fixtures. O'Connell against Brighton, hoping that they can kind of get another clean sheet. They have done quite well recently, but unfortunately not getting a clean sheet last game week has kind of put a little bit of a dampener on the O'Connell transfer. So maybe this game week will be quite the lift that we need. Going on to the rest of the midfield, we have De Bruyne against Leicester. Tough fixture, but De Bruyne always does well against the tougher opposition. Just hoping that he starts in this one. I know that Real Madrid is on the horizon for Man City after the Leicester fixture, so we could see some rotation. Then we have Mo Salah and Sadio Mane against West Ham. They always do quite well against West Ham, so I'm keeping the faith with the captaincy. I've kind of gone for Mane right now, just because of that differential captaincy option. Owned by 20%, I spoke about, and I'm just hoping that he can kind of repay the faith we've had in him. And I just think that I can't really resist a Sadio Mane differential captain against West Ham. We have Jack Grealish against Southampton, which could be one of the last game weeks that we do have Jack Grealish, because he does have that upcoming blank in game week 28. But Jack Grealish, massively important player for Aston Villa, so I do hope that he does quite well. Then we have Traore against Norwich, which is a really nice fixture. I'm hoping that Traore had his rest against Leicester on the weekend, and he'll be raring to go for this one, and I do think he can do quite well in this one. And then Ings against Aston Villa. I'm honestly considering maybe putting the captaincy on Ings. I just think that he will score almost definitely in this one. So quite a nice safe option. Currently, he's only our vice captain. And then VARDY against Man City. I don't really have many hopes for Jamie VARDY against Man City. I know that his form against the top 6 sides is quite good, but I think that Man City are just going to be too strong for him. And the current form that VARDY's in doesn't lead me to put much faith in him for this one. Soyuncu on the bench against Man City, no brainer in my opinion. Lascelles against Crystal Palace, maybe play him. I might be hoping for a 0-0 on that one. Might play him over the likes of Jamie VARDY, but I always kind of favor the attacker. And then we have Connolly, who's lost his place and not even coming off the bench right now, so I don't think I'll be looking at starting him. But let's get on to some transfer options that I am considering. So I'm going to be using my first Fantasy Football Hub comparison for these team selections here. So I spoke about Jamie VARDY not being on the best of form, and I've spoke about Raul Jimenez and that Wolves fixture against Norwich being quite nice in the preview. So if you watch the preview, you'll know all about this. If you haven't, go check it out. Link down in the description. But if you look at the stats comparison here, it almost looks like a no-brainer. Raul Jimenez coming in cheaper is performing a lot better than Jamie VARDY. You can see here on expected goals, big chances, even shots. And shots is kind of the big one that I was looking at. And shots on target, he's been getting a lot more. 1 goal in the last couple game weeks there for Jamie VARDY compared to the 5 of Raul Jimenez. And then Raul Jimenez also have some nice fixtures coming up. With Jamie VARDY though, it's a little bit not as cut and dry as it seems, as they do have some tougher fixtures in the past and have some better fixtures coming up. So I do think I'll be holding on to Jamie VARDY for that Norwich game week, but I do think if you need the funds and you kind of want to transfer him out, I do think that Raul Jimenez is where it's at. So this is going to kind of wrap up the video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it, and hopefully you do have a great Game Week 27. If you did enjoy the video, please like it and subscribe if you're new or have not subscribed yet. I'm Dayvy FPL, and I'm going to be signing off. Cheers, bye.